Hey, hi, welcome to the series of ASPICE sessions. This is Tota Krishna Hema, your ASPICE expert. So today we are going to discuss about SUP4 joint review process area. So let us get into the details of this process area in the next slides. What is joint review? So the purpose of the joint review process is to maintain a common understanding with the stakeholders of the progress against the objectives of the agreement. And what should be done to help ensure development of a product that satisfies the stakeholders. Joint review are at both project management and technical levels and are held throughout the life of the project. So if you see this purpose, so it is little tough to understand, right? So I will make an easy statement out of it. So your client need to know the status of your project. So with respect to the project management, so with respect to your proposal, you might have defined the milestones, you might have defined the delivery cycles, okay? Your client need to understand that you have finished your milestone or you are about to reach your milestone. So this much progress is done on your project with respect to the project management. So the status of the task is discussed as a part of your joint review. The client will review the progress of it. So these many modules are developed, these many modules are tested, these kind of things, like you will share the status with the client. Okay, and the second thing is technical level. Technical level is something like your client will give you a clarification on so and so requirement. So you will have a call with the client, and while you're delivering, so during the work in progress also, generally the joint review is very important in case of maintenance projects. So in maintenance projects there is a lot of confusion because each and every ticket is an independent ticket. So you may not have an idea because someone else, your client is a developer of that product. Okay, in the maintenance phase you have a little idea that what the product is under maintenance. You have a little idea, okay, and you need furthermore clarification from the client that you need to modify a particular piece of code and it will reflect in the entire project. So the impact of the code modification will be there in the entire project. So it is better to get a confirmation from the client before you modify something. You need to understand the impact of it. So this is how both together, if they work, means like you and your client, okay, you and your supplier, both together if you work, then it is joint review, okay. And your process outcomes are management and technical reviews are held based on the needs of the project. The status and products of an activity of a process are evaluated through joint review activities between the stakeholders. The review results are made known to all affected parties. Action items resulting from the reviews are tracked to closure. Problems are identified and recorded. Okay, your note 1 says joint reviews should be performed at specific milestones during project or product development. The scope and the goals of the joint review may be different dependent on the project or product development phase. Okay, note 2 talks about joint review should be performed to different aspects to verify different aspects. Example, hardware resource utilization, the introduction of new requirements and new technologies, modification to the working team structure, technology changes. So in a nutshell, if I put all these process outcomes together, so I can say like your joint reviews are pre-planned, so at a particular interval. So every week or every month you will have a status report to know your project management activity status or the reviews, okay. And in the middle of, in some of the critical projects you might have even daily also. You will have a time which is blocked with your client to understand the requirements or to get to do this joint review activity. So at a particular interval you will do this joint review and you will track or record the decisions or the discussion points or the action items from that particular meeting, and you need to fix those problems identified. So your BP1 talks about define review elements based on the needs of the project, identify the schedule, scope and participants of management and technical reviews, agree all resources required to conduct the reviews, and establish review criteria for problem identification, resolution and agreement. So this is simple. It's like we need to define, and see, we need to define the frequency of the means like what need to be reviewed, kind of, okay, and who are all the participants of the review meeting, and when to conduct the review meeting. Okay, establish a mechanism to handle review outcomes. So you see your client did review to your work product. So the outcome is like he have identified few of the review comments. You need to record it formally as an action item tracker. So, and your BP3 talks about prepare joint review. So you have to collect, plan, prepare and distribute review material as appropriate in preparation for the review. So your note 1 says the following items may be addressed: scope and purpose of the review, products and problems to be reviewed, entry and exit criteria, meeting agenda, roles and responsibility, roles and participants, distribution list, responsibilities, resources and resource and facility requirements, used tools. So these all are required to prepare joint review strategy, or when you need to plan the joint review activity. So you need to know all these things. BP4 talks about conduct joint reviews. As per the plan, you need to conduct the joint reviews. Either it is a technical review or the project management review or whatever it is, you need to conduct it, and you need to conduct with a formal meeting invite, and you need to record the outcome of it, the action items. You need to record the review results. So BP5 talks about distribute the results. So after recording, so you need to track those action items to closure. So before writing it as closure, so you need to circulate MOM in between or among the meeting participants. So this is the distribution of results, and determine actions for review results. So you need to, based on the review results, you need to see if a client says like, this is the problem I have faced in while fixing this particular issue, or you need to he clarified some of the requirement. Okay, so that's when you need to write it as an action item. So something, if the client name is Mark, so Mark gave a clarification on so and so requirement, so we need to work on the requirement with the range values, so this is how it will be. And BP7 talks about track actions for review results. So you need to track each and every review result and its corresponding action item to closure. Okay, identify and record problems. So identify and record the problems detected during the reviews according to the established mechanism. So your joint review outcome may be a review log also. So sometimes the action items will be the outcome, sometimes a review log or a query log will be an outcome. So you need to record everything, you need to track it to closure. So what are the outputs of this particular process area? A communication record, either is an email or the minutes of meeting or your PPT which carries the status of the project. So your contract review record is an evidence for it. And your contract review record is a SOW review record. And the next thing is problem record. Problem record is your issue tracker. Meeting support record is minutes of meeting. The action item tracker. Review record, again it is a review list. So review log, we can say. And corrective action register is your all the corrective actions together. So it's an issue as a part of issue tracker or the action item tracker, it will be there. Then the tracking system. So you need to define it as a templatized tag tracking, means Excel based tracking, means you need to you need to maintain an issue log or the review log, and you need to track it. If it is a tool based tracking system, either it is Jira or any other tool, but any other tool, then you need to track it in a tool. And analysis report you will have if means like analysis report in case of review comment if you get from the client. So if it is in case of serious issue, then you need to do the analysis for the customer reported issue. And the assessment or the audit report. So here why this situation, why this thing, so this is the audit report which is conducted by client on our work products. Okay, and this is second party audit. Improvement opportunity is so as an outcome of the audit report, so you will have an opportunity for improvement as this is a small finding, a minor finding I can say, or any other. So you can, if you implement it in your project, then your project will be in good shape. So this is how these are all the outputs of the joint review. So if you like this video, like click on like button. So thank you so much for watching.